This is the Comeup Collective.
Yo, let's do it. I'm a bad member Jimmy. You already know I'ma go and get the hammer. Then I'm gonna build a shed. You already know.
That was fake dope.
I'm gonna build a shed.
I thought this nigga Shecky, he's like, yo, I don't know what to say. That
Yeah,
was literally the nigga. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it.
My fault, y'all.
Yo, Mama, is that you with the birds? Is the birds coming? Are y'all hearing the birds?
I'm hearing the birds.
Yeah, the birds are chirping. The birds.
No cap. No cap. Take a rock. Just throw that shit outside the window. Don't hit the bird. Just hit the nearest tree so it can scatter. Actually, I like the bird vibe. You got it.
Actually, I'm close to
No.
It's very like
It might be
Sleeping Beauty-esque
Yeah.
vibe. You know what I mean?
Tweet back at him.
Right?
Tweet, nigga.
Tweet.
Tweety, beep, beep.
Twinkle.
Twinkle, nigga. I don't know why that sounded like that. Skitty, pop. The boom, 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 boom.
What was the words that followed?
All right,
Skiat. Boom, boom. Boom,
and
boom.
we're
You
ready.
don't know. Yeah, man. Oh, snap.
Bro, we ready.
It's about that time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's about that time.
Drop that intro.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate
She
that.
thinks she cute like me. She got jokes for weeks. Hips like tambourine. That boy on the beat. I don't have a tagline. Mr. Krabs on the baseline. Now I'm tapping my foot on the baseline. When she saw it, she did not just waste time. She put the song on repeat.
If your heel's not
Keep
bumping
reviewing
right now,
a week.
you ain't feeling
She
it.
said just follow me. Speaking French like we. Still don't have a tagline. Mr. Krabs on the
This is the
baseline.
type of song
Tapping my
like
foot to the
you be listening to with
baseline.
your shorty in the
Whatever I
passenger
can
seat.
make
Yeah,
Driving on the highway.
driving down Highway 1.
Yeah, bro.
Sunsetting.
Yo, shout out that man who is Shay. Straight fire.
I learned this from Jordan.
Ooh,
Chicken
ooh,
strips.
show him. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. That nigga stupid.
Oh, yeah, we can get it. Oh, he's in that back.
Work.
I don't usually go out on the weekend. You're throwing me in. I don't usually go out on the weekend. You're throwing me in. I don't usually go out on the weekend. You're throwing me in. I don't usually go out on the weekend.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, you did it, bro.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Solid, bro.
Fucking straight heat.
That's my vibe.
Alright, yep.
But no, man,
Let me-
that's groovy.
Yeah,
Hit
niggas
that
laughed.
Nah, that sounds groovy.
Right? Rewind.
Damn, this joint is punching, man.
Yeah. Let's start off with telling them what we drinking today.
Oh, yes, sir.
What y'all sipping?
Today we are sipping Malibu Peaches and Cream. That's one. And we also got that sangria. That Capriccio
Ooh.
sangria. You know, that shit went viral on Twitter.
Facts.
If I could drink, I bet that'd be delicious.
Mhm.
Shout out Ramadan.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Shout out
Is
Allah
Eid
Shalom
coming?
Islam.
Yep.
Eid
Isn't
around
that
the
tomorrow? Yes,
It's
sir.
tomorrow.
Wow.
It's tomorrow. As soon as this sunset, we finished our lunar timeline. Oh, I'm excited.
Congratulations, you made it.
Facts.
I did.
Let's
Another
get a
Ramadan
nice
in the bag.
round of applause for
Round
all
of
my
applause.
Muslim folks. Yes, sir.
Video camera.
Ramadan Mubarak
Camera?
gang.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm reading off this joint right now. For the little intro. Matter of fact, let's jump into it right now, and then I'll just come back. So you feel me? What it do to all the melanated folks and those lacking? And welcome back to the Comeup Collective with your boys Makai.
Hi.
Mamadou. Gary.
Yes, sir.
And Shaq. For the first time listeners, the CC gives a platform for POCs to express themselves if they taste that BAG.
Yes, sir.
All while in the pursuit of happiness, health, and of course, wealth. Come on, son. We got a special episode for y'all today, and I'm gonna jump back into the Zoom call, so we should be good now. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
we should
sir.
be good.
Indeed.
I bet. Well, welcome to, what is this, episode 6?
Yes, sir.
Episode 6.
I hope I'm looking smooth right now on the camera. I know last time I was bugging.
Teleporting,
I was
no cap.
Yeah.
tweaking.
It's a continuous process of
But
improvement.
we should be good now.
Indeed.
Let us know.
For the people who shout out our first time and last time listeners, please start leaving us reviews, guys. We'll
Facts.
appreciate that. Spotify reviews, YouTube
Facts.
reviews.
Facts.
Like our videos,
facts,
help us
please.
trend a little bit so we could spread to more ears
Facts.
Indeed.
and more people.
There's 400 followers on the Instagram. We need y'all to pull up in full.
Yeah, keep going.
Facts.
Keep going. But we appreciate all the support that we already got.
Yes, sir.
Can we get an air horn for our
Facts.
listeners?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're sorry we missed it. We missed y'all missed the episode last week.
Mm-hmm.
We a little delayed with it, but we back
We back.
with great content, with a great
Come on.
agenda.
Yeah.
A great agenda. As
Mhm.
always, we gonna start off. How's the vibes?
Ooh.
How's the energy?
Vibe check.
It's
Vibes.
a crazy time right now. I gotta check in with y'all.
It is wild. It's a wild time. How you feeling, Shaq?
I'm chilling. You feel me? You know my vibe. Cooling as always.
Cooling.
What about y'all? How y'all doing, gentlemen?
Any great things coming? I'm glad. This is the first time I've been asked how I'm doing at the beginning of a pod.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Because every time he does a vibe
And
check,
don't nobody ask
checking
me.
on his vibe.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yo, my fault.
People
Makai,
always
let's
saying,
make some
"Where's
space for
Makai?"
you,
But
man.
they don't never ask
Ask
how.
how
Oh my
Makai.
God.
Damn.
That hurts.
It hurt.
That hurts.
Let us know.
But it's okay. I'll give y'all a vibe check. I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I'm prospering.
Yeah.
I'm prospering.
Yeah.
Waiting for the end of the quarter.
Indeed.
My last quarter as an official
Mhm.
Stanford student. It's
Mhm.
exciting, man. But
You did it, bro.
yeah, we all did it, man. We all did it, but I ain't want it to end
That's
like
true.
this though.
Facts.
Facts.
You know, I had different
Yeah.
views for
Facts.
how my last quarter was gonna be.
Indeed.
There's a lot more litness planned,
Facts.
but we gotta
That's
do our
facts.
part to make sure everybody's staying safe and healthy though.
That's a fact.
Facts.
So
So it is.
what it is.
How you feeling, G?
I'm alright, man. I've been cooling. I think I'm just stressed generally, but I'm excited to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Pressure makes diamonds, man. Mhm.
Know that, nigga. Yo to the good notes, nigga.
Yes, sir. And Do, how you feeling, Do?
I'm alright. I've been getting stressed about school, but I have to remind myself the shit is pass fail, so I'm not about to
Facts.
kill myself
Yeah.
over.
That's real.
Or like I've been going to these virtual graduations. I've been to 2 virtual graduation
one?
ceremonies for like these scholarships.
Oh, never mind.
what's
never
up?
mind. Keep going.
For this scholarship I have, Ron Brown scholarship, and like this program Leader Scholars, they've had like 2 like virtual ceremonies or whatever.
They had a wrong
And them should just be having me in my bag.
Yeah, man, go.
Oh, yikes. Someone ain't show
Did they
up.
have somebody speak? Did Magic speak?
Oh, no. It wasn't like anything too. It was more like photos of like, and they'll show you like little slideshows. Someone will play a song. But it just be so sad because you just sit there. And then everyone, like, I don't know. There's always that weird moment like when someone speaks and they're like, no, like they say something funny, no one laughs because everyone's muted. And it's like little shit like that. But there's also like sad music. I've just been on my sad graduation wave.
Did anybody tune into that LeBron wave? I mean, not the LeBron wave. The LeBron graduation. Graduate later, graduate now, some graduate up.
Is that anything to
Would
do
you
with
like
I Promise?
Nah.
No, nothing to do with
This is
I
one-
promise actually.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what this is.
Oh wow, it had an all-star lineup. I think Obama spoke there. Post Malone hosted
it?
the after
sure.
show.
Is this one of the, like, was it Facebook that put this on? or Instagram? Because I feel like there was like some like one of those platforms that gotten.
I know they definitely did it. I know they definitely did one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if the one I was looking at was the one that Facebook did, but
that's real.
Yeah, I appreciate celebrities saying their congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate all these virtual graduations. I mean, I appreciate the healthcare workers and all the essential workers. But I'm glad now the celebrities are coming out to do these virtual graduations as well. Like this, I don't know if you know, but there's the June 6th YouTube one with Obama and all these like big people. So I'm excited for that.
I wonder who would have been our speaker.
Yeah, I'm high-key curious.
Who it would have been. But
Sterling did that shit right last year.
Sterling did amazing.
He murked that.
Oh, wow,
But he was 2 years ago.
Wait, who was last year?
Last year was Cook.
Who was last year?
Tim Cook, president of Apple.
Really?
Yeah, I just remember Ruth lighting him up on Facebook like, yo, talk about this. And of course he didn't see it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but she was like, you gotta address the people, address their needs and stuff like that.
Shout out Ruth.
Shout out Ruth.
We were on that grad crew wave at the time. You ain't never worked grad crew. Grad crew was lit.
Yeah, grad crew was
money.
lit. No
Stay-
cap.
stay
In the
a little
bread,
extra.
fire, son.
Man, hours though.
I'm talking about wake up. We had to be like, what, 9 a.m., 8 a.m.?
Maybe earlier. One time they might have said 6.
Yeah, they might have said 6. I think this the last day, 6 or some shit. Bro, that shit was
Might have said
bad.
6.
And we just in golf carts whipping it.
Right.
Get to a spot, build up everything. Gotta tie the knot,
Tables,
tie the chairs
chairs.
together. Gotta put the line down.
Straight
make sure
line,
they all
straight line.
can't be a wiggly line. She gotta be straight line
Straight.
for me.
Oh, so you gotta do that shit
Exactly.
again.
Man, we had what was shorty named Amy, Amber, some shit like that.
No idea.
Had a little white shorty that was our boss. We was just vibing with her. She had the big machine full of hip hop music. At first we were like, why you playing that? Why you playing that? Yeah, when she got her country back, we said, yo, play that, play that other shit.
The other shit. Let's go back to that hip hop.
She was cool though. It was a good vibe. That's how we met.
cool.
Libby, and that's how I met Libby and
Danielle.
Danielle.
Shout out them.
Yeah.
Which Daniel?
McMahon. I think McMahon. Maybe.
Yeah, no,
lacrosse players.
nah.
Athletes,
Yeah,
nevertheless.
they athletes, nevertheless. Yeah, facts. But of course, way more than that as well. You feel me?
Right.
Facts,
Students
facts,
first,
facts.
to be honest.
Multi-dimensional.
Shout out student athletes.
Facts. Shout out my
Yeah.
son Trey. Yes, sir.
Facts. Shout out that nigga Ryan, bro.
Yes, sir. I guess we don't know a lot of other stuff. Down all y'all. You know the vibes.
Shout out all y'all. Shout out all y'all. Shout out all
Big
y'all.
facts, man.
I'm
All
crying.
right, here, so let's look at our agenda, fam.
Sir, this man been in his farm bag. He's been in his Canada bag all week because
Yo,
of the
my
video.
youth.
Oh, my
Slide over
youth.
to these ends, fam.
Yo, shout out them niggas across the border. North. Oh, what the way that nigga said? North. North. Who says that? That's an ad-lib. North. It's Migos. I think it's the Migos.
North.
Them in the, yeah, that way. North. Them in the traffic way. It's bad. Nah, I can say they ain't hit with y'all.
Ain't hit with us.
That hurts.
It's okay.
That hurts.
Makes you feel any better.
Nigga, mama, what you laughing at? Nigga, I hear you. Man, let's get
Let's
into
start.
it.
Where do we want to
Start.
start? We could start. Want to start with balance? Nah. Let's start with 6 9
Let's start with that toxic shit. Yeah, let's get in with the toxic. So how y'all feeling about 6ix9ine?
6ix9ine out of jail.
Yeah.
For the people who don't know,
Yeah.
out of jail.
How y'all feeling?
I fuck with 6ix9ine. I fuck with his music. Gotta say. I know that's crazy to say.
Whoa.
I know that's crazy to say on a platform. But yo,
Whoa.
I'll be bopping that nigga music.
So you
when
fuck with
Google
this?
came out, I was listening.
You fuck with this?
Dick ride, don't dick ride. Leave it to the double thick thighs with sisters. Drop it down and wobble up. Mommy boot it up. Shake it down and gobble up. Cause my money up. Slide in the belly trucker. The ring trucker. Your bestie is a dick sucker. I'm big double.
My son said he fuck with this.
I'm a Laker. You big hater. You nothing but a hater. Cloud chaser. Now we catch him at the chicken spot. Up a couple chops. Pop that nigga with 100 shots. They didn't make that nigga diddy bop. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Heat the windows going knuckle up. Bitch, I go box. And these niggas always talking shit. Yada yada yada. When you see me, what you talking about? Fuck you talking about? Niggas always wanna chase clout.
just gonna
Bitch,
get to the
I am
chorus.
clout. Tell 'em get up on my face now. Fuck.
You gotta ask
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh? Play me like a dummy, like bitch. Are Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Stupid or dumb? Huh? Yeah, you got some money, but you still fucking ugly. Stupid. Listen, when I talk, you better listen. We can make them dance bachata. Slide over, do the cha-cha.
That shit was straight heat.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Come on.
It was fire.
Come on.
I fucked with the vibe.
Come on.
But that nigga.
Big butt.
That nigga got issues.
Hey, yo!
Yeah, that man got a target on his head. That man wild and he snitched, man. He snitched.
Yeah, and it's sad to see, man.
I actually want to hear y'all opinions on that. What do y'all feel about 6ix9ine snitching? Should that impede his progress, especially considering his situation? You feel me? Does everybody know the context of 6ix9ine's specific situation? I just want to make sure.
Enlighten us. Give us a
little cliff notes.
I mean, he was in GS9. You feel me? Started to find out that niggas he was riding for wasn't really riding for him. Starting to take his money and embezzle his shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think something happened then with he like fired the team or some shit. There was something where like niggas were like, we gonna take you out, we gonna kill you type shit.
Yeah.
And my son squealed, went to the piggies, oink oink, and feel me. He said, nah, fuck that shit. Like, put me in witness protection, but just keep me safe, and I'll help you put these folks behind bars. And that's what happened. Now he's out. When I tell you that man is, but like one of the most protected people on this planet.
Not bad.
Golly.
Not bad.
Yo, y'all know no one has died under the witness protection program.
I feel like that's a lie.
I feel like that's also a lie.
Nah, Google that shit. Google that
Of course
shit.
they're gonna put their numbers up. Yeah, like
Niggas said we not counting that.
yeah, like that nigga he left us a minute ago.
Now
Like,
even count.
Yeah.
We told him not to go
But
over
it's
there.
also, I feel like it's skewed because it's also limited. It doesn't last forever.
Oh, that's valid. That's if you die afterwards. Yeah,
And that's what I fear with 6ix9ine. Is like,
You gonna die after the program?
well, I hope not. I don't want to say that, but I hope his protection
I
is
hope
up
you don't die
because he's going to need it, especially. I mean, because that's a big deal to make. Like to go to gangs, tell them like, oh, I'm gonna ride with y'all for the clout or the help and everything,
Mainly, yeah.
the existence, and when you snitch on them, that's breaking the code.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think I don't fuck with him at all. Like,
You don't even like his music?
his general persona, I just can't fuck with. Like, I just can't bang with that at all.
He's like a troll, like the troll.
He's like a troll, and then like he just a Mexican nigga saying the N-word, bro. Like I'm
He does
just
say
like
the
that.
N-word.
That to
That's
me
real.
is like a massive. Like if I'm trying to address this nigga and he calls me the N-word, bro, like I'm like, yo, what the fuck.
That's
But
real.
as far as like after the snitching shit, like I just don't want to hear nothing more about gang shit.
Mm-hmm.
He renounced that. Like that's it. Like you squealing is like fuck everything that whatever this like the like brotherhood built in the streets is like on. So
That's
like,
a fact.
Mm-hmm.
like he could go.
I think he fake know that though. Like in his interviews with academics and all that, he like makes a joke out of it. Like, nigga, I fucking squealed, and what are y'all niggas gonna do? Type shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm in witness protection, and like at that point, it's like all of the G shit, the street code, like it never really applied to this nigga from jump.
Facts. But
So then
but
it's
that's
like-
what got him up there. That's the part that like pisses me off. Like
The clout got him up
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
The clout got him up there. I don't think that the streets there. You feel
I
me?
feel like it was like him having like whole ass music videos, riding with Bloods and shit.
That's
like,
true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was more worried that my fault, dude.
No. Finish that.
I said I was more worried that other artists was gonna smoke him, like a YG, because he had beef with YG, he had beef with Chief Keef. So I thought when he got out, they was gonna smoke him. But again, that nigga's witness protection is crazy. Some shorty spotted him in the Hamptons.
I saw that.
Posted a Snapchat or Instagram story up on this
Yeah.
nigga. And once she posted that shit, within 5 minutes, there was 8 squad cars outside his crib. Like, I'm telling you, like, so now it's to the point where, like, if you were part of a gang, I don't think nobody's gonna. It's such an easy mark that nobody's gonna hit it. Because it's like, nigga, that's jail time. It's over for you type shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I feel like for the people that it matters to his career type of thing, they don't care about the snitching. Like the people who listen to his music,
No.
the people who think it's
I
just
mean, the
lit.
majority of the white people that listen to his music.
Latinx folks was loving that shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
he's
give a fuck.
back.
Loving it.
Yeah. Only like the street niggas.
Facts.
It's like, nah, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you gotta react.
Yeah, I think y'all spoke on most of it. I didn't want to see anybody die. Period. And I think this man, like you said, he's a marker, bro. And I think like I don't think people would try because I don't think anyone is gonna make it past any type of witness protection thing. But I think Makai hit on a good ass point. Like the niggas that's listening to him doesn't care. Like, he's big and he's gonna stay big. But also, what I don't like is the stupid shit. Like, I don't want him to fuck up his own career. Even though I'm not like a fan of his music though. Like, I'm not like gonna ride for this. Like, I'm not going out of my way to listen to him. Even though I like his music, but like, I just don't like seeing people like ruin their like lives and their careers. But then he also thrives off of this shit. Yeah. So like,
he only got music with face tattoos.
Yeah, that whole aesthetic, he like that shit's literally built. That nigga's not like that. What's his name, Daniel or David or some shit? That nigga wasn't like that. That whole shit is built. That whole persona and all that. But it's working. That shit bringing in a buck. This nigga.
But it makes me question us more. Not like us, but like people. Like, we kind of give him all the power. Yeah, we give him all the fame. We give him all the money. So I'm like, why him? Like, why are we giving this Mexican guy that says the N-word all this power? Like,
I feel like early on though, it was because of the cosigns. Like, at least for me, like, I think because remember like, when he first came out, I remember talking to you about it, and he's like, bro, at the end of the day, like, the niggas that he bangs with, like, fuck with him. So like that's like that was enough for me to at the very least like listen to his music. But
yeah, big niggas like 50 coming out supporting him. Like New York, like this nigga was calling himself the king of New York, and niggas was like,
sure,
you feel me? Like it wasn't necessarily everybody, but niggas was like, oh yeah, this little nigga, this little dweeb got it for now. He bumping music. But it's also, I think the reason, to answer your question, why he up and why like he will always stay up in this type of climate is because hip hop really stopped being centered. Like, the main audience of hip hop isn't black anymore. Facts. You feel me? Like, because it's the most popular genre, the main audience is, you feel me? Like a
white, Asian, Latino people.
Yeah, you feel me?
Want to say that N-word.
Do we say features are cosign if they're featured on a song with them? That's a form of cosign.
I'd say so.
Damn, that puts Bobby Shmurda, Nicki, Lil Baby,
of course,
Tory Lanez,
of course,
Kanye, A Boogie with a hoodie, Anuel.
When this was all before, right?
This is 2018.
Cause all them niggas saw that shit and they saw dollar signs.
And it was
like,
wave.
why not?
It was just a wave.
Nigga, you going 10 for 10? Why wouldn't I jump on a song with you?
That's the other part too.
Like,
this nigga only got like what, 12 songs in total?
He only got 12 songs, but his reign is stupid, bro.
He definitely got more than 12 songs. Let's see, Dummy Boy had 13 on it, and that came out in 2018. Graduation Day had 12 more.
That's interesting.
Their albums.
Then why he say that's interesting?
I know his singles is what he referring to.
Yeah, like 10 for 10 on Billboard.
I know his singles be what he referring to when he I don't know about his albums, but his singles, they mostly like they all touching like ridiculous amounts. But at the end of the day, it don't matter shit. That nigga doing all that shit to give money to corporations, like, think the music industry give a fuck? Them niggas making bread. You don't even own your licensing and your publishing, nigga. You don't even own your shit. Literally, so you're not making bread off that shit.
Over here leasing jewelry, bro. Like,
come on, son. You an industry. I'm not gonna say a plant, but you.
I think you're a plant.
Yeah,
I think he's a plant.
Y'all ever seen when they test jewelry?
And it fake? I'd be so scared.
I would be terrible.
I'll be looking for those machines
I just
now.
walk away from the camera.
Oh, nah, bro.
Yo, bro, you want to touch this shit, bro? You know? Like, my fault, bro. I can't do that. Why?
My mom's calling.
Yeah, that's when you got to.
That's just bad. I saw one during, like, Miami spring break. Dude had, like, a diamond chain on and a diamond watch. And he was like, yo, let's check your eyes, whatever. Dude pulls the watch first. And then, like, it was fine. And he was about to walk away. He's like, no, let's check the chain.
Nigga said, I don't know about, them shits are expensive as fuck.
The checkers or the jewelry?
The jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
Expensive. Like, I was always like, oh, jewelry expensive. But I ain't know jewelry expensive. Like,
put some
bro,
numbers on it.
Like a chain, around that. Like, you feel me? If that shit was, like, stainless steel gold, there's a spot in New York called Popular Jewelry. It's run by like Asian families, like a mom and shop spot. All the rappers go there. ASAP Mob, all of them. Lil Yachty, they all go there to get their pieces sometimes. I went there one day, like a chain thinner than yours, like a lot thinner than yours, nigga. Like super, like thinner than this shit, like a rubber band. Shit was $300. I said, yo, what are you, huh? I'm like $300 without an emblem, without a pendant. I was like, nah, I can't do it. Like,
you think you'll ever buy some real jewelry?
Yeah, when
that's low key. Look, I want that. You know that LeBron little chain that LeBron wear it, the baby wear it.
Oh, you talking about like the choker chain?
Yeah, that choker chain.
I fuck with that.
I fuck with that.
Choke. I fuck with real jewelry. Chokers always look a little weird to me, depending on how tight they are.
Yeah, I wouldn't do like a. You know
when they slide, they cool, but sometimes that little Uzi choker shit, I'm like, chill out. Slow
down.
Slow it down. I just dissed you. man.
6ix9ine also beefed with Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande.
I got that Justin Bieber, please
I
believe
heard
it.
about this shit.
Yeah, man.
I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like what I read on Twitter was like somebody was like, oh yeah, like Billboard was like out here sending CDs signed by like Justin Bieber and Ariana to make sure that 6ix9ine's like song didn't reach #1 on Billboard.
Oh wow, no, that's not the form I heard of it. I heard that 6ix9ine accused them of using like 6 credit cards to buy like 60,000 copies.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
To help it.
Yo,
to help
Billboard
it
is
go
crazy.
Yeah.
Would not be surprised. Especially Justin Bieber was on that shit like the last song he dropped, like asking everybody to do this shit.
Yo, when you stream your shit, loop it, like put it in the playlist and loop it.
Yeah, he
so
turned everybody into a farmer.
I said what?
That shit just appropriate too, cause Selena be on the same shit too. Selena Gomez, when she was like, "Oh no, this is the most serious project I've ever done. Please go stream." Like,
It'd be so disrespectful when they do it too, cause you'd be like, "Oh, you're doing so great," but guys, make sure you know my content. I really respected Rowdy's response.
Yeah,
it's simple. Yo, go stream Justin Bieber shit.
Yeah.
That's it. Simple. Like, you feel me? It was nice.
I like
the crowd.
Roddy's still in the top 10 too. I think he's like 6, 7 right now.
He should
be. I love to see it.
The box is still going, nigga. And I'm sad he's not getting as much play, but that song with Meek, Letter to Nipsey, goes fucking hard.
Yeah.
Fucking hard.
That actually died down really fast.
It did.
For how good it was, it died down too fast.
It was never the radio type vibe. You feel me?
Yeah, true.
So like it dropped at the Grammys or some shit.
Yeah.
Got its play, and then that shit go hard.
You saw that ring he gifted himself for winning the Grammy?
Nah, I saw the Dodge Hellcat he gifted himself.
That shit is gorgeous.
Fucking fire. He got it's not even a Hellcat. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. It's a Demon. Like that's the level above a Hellcat. That shit is fucking ludicrous. Has like 800, 900 wheel horsepower.
Wow. I don't even know
Disgusting.
Demon. Only Demon I know is Demon Time.
Yes, sir. Shout out Beyonce.
What?
Oh yeah, the song.
She shout out the song.
Oh, okay.
If you ain't got to jump to put jeans on, you don't know my pain. You know
Yo, I'm crying.
Hips tick-tock when I dance.
She really did go stupid on that track though, bro.
She did.
Yo, when I heard that note hit at the beginning, I'm like, oh yeah, B about to kill it.
Sometimes, like I fuck with Beyonce talking rap, spitting bag. I fuck with that shit.
Really?
When she talking that shit, like y'all niggas ain't me. Y'all can never get me.
That is a good beat.
But when she like, there's a part of the song where she goes, ooh, ah. I said, get the fuck out of here, bro. You killed the shit for me.
I do appreciate the alter ego. Like you can hear the switch when you hear that switch.
Yeah.
Like, that low voice shit get me, man. That low voice shit. Yeah.
She in her bag with that one. Yeah. So
go.
Y'all heard about that Lana Blu-ray?
Oh, that Lana Ray Cyrus?
Oh yeah, Lana Blu-ray.
I heard about that too.
Lana Gamma Ray.
Lana
raise your kids.
Lana Ray.
Lana Ray Rice.
Lana raised the roof.
I like these.
Lana Ray Charles.
Ooh.
Lana raised the rent.
Ooh.
It's called an eviction.
Lana Ray Bands.
Ooh, okay.
You want stupid?
I was gonna say Lana Spalding. I don't know why I was thinking of
that. I don't know.
You missed the NBA. It's okay.
I missed the NBA.
Lana Ray
I miss you,
Allen.
LeBron. That's why.
What you say was it?
Lana Ray Allen. Except she misses a lot.
Do you think she understands how wrong she was?
No.
I don't think so at all.
Cause she defended it.
No, she didn't even apologize.
I don't know, man. Her whole circle, like I can't imagine. Like if your circle didn't stop you from saying some shit like that, like
we forgot about the easiest one, Lana Ray racist. Come on.
Oh, Lana Ray Cyrus.
He said that.
I just said that.
Oh, you did. Damn, my
Lana
bad.
racial profiling.
Yeah.
That's true. Somebody definitely should have stopped her, but
can somebody give us briefly?
I feel like it could have. Oh, you know what? Let's quarter so we don't miss quarter.
Yeah.
Let me read how she starts. Now that Doja Cat, Ariana, Camila, Cardi B, Kehlani, and Nicki Minaj and Beyonce have had #1s with songs about being sexy, wearing no clothes, fucking, cheating, etc., can I please go back to singing about being embodied, feeling beautiful by being in love, even if the relationship is not perfect, or dancing for money, or whatever I want without being crucified or saying that I'm glamorizing abuse. And then she continues for many more paragraphs. You can find this on her Instagram, about how people don't support her for her music. Her, like, I don't know, how would you describe it? Like 50-esque?
Yeah, it's like definitely like that like the type of music you like. It's just like an old microphone type vibe.
Like it playing on a record.
Yeah, fuzzy TV.
Yeah. Segregated water fountains.
Indeed, indeed, across the train tracks. Yes.
Y'all get in that bag.
Yeah. You feel it.
I feel it.
Yeah. It's like the gerrymandering theme song a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Betty Crocker, Betty White.
Yeah.
That cross the street if you see a black person type of thing.
True.
That happens still today though.
No, that black person gotta cross the street if they see a white person.
That's
type
indeed.
That's
it right there.
Indeed.
That's
Don't
it
wear a
right there.
hoodie around her.
Don't eat Skittles. Drink Arizona.
Facts. Don't barbecue. Don't watch a movie. Don't play with the water gun. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Don't go for a jog.
R.I.P. But to her, she's saying that she's just speaking for the women that look fragile.
But she's speaking to the
white women.
To the women's march feminists. That's who she's speaking to.
She's saying the industry don't support us white women. They just support the sexy black women. And the sexy black women just all talk about sex. And I want to do something different with my femininity.
And there should be space in feminists for her.
That's what she's trying to say. Even though she don't know that, her the discography of the women she's named is much more beyond that. So stop simplifying them, making them one-dimensional.
Truly simplifying.
And I'm thinking about like artists like kind of like her that got critical acclaim independent of what they were talking. Like Amy Winehouse, my nigga. Like Shorty was talking about some real shit the entire time. Everybody fuck with her. At some point, it's not even about it's not about you. It's about your music. Like
you're not even
Adele's good.
Literally.
Hello from the other side, nigga. Come on.
Literally.
Hello from the other side.
The other side of the stage, because she getting awards.
That's some real shit. And then when she won that Grammy, bro, when she was like, Beyonce, I'm gonna be real with you, I have no idea how the fuck I won this shit. You see that video? It was like I think it was her album up with Lemonade, and she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be real with you. I bump your shit regularly. Like I have no idea how this works."
I would have easily. Here you go then. Of course, Beyonce wouldn't have accepted it, but like when niggas be doing the, I don't know how I did this.
That's valid.
But I'm still taking this. I'm like, I don't know.
That's true.
I still appreciate the rose though. Like
do we need more Kanye's? Yo, I'm gonna let you finish.
We definitely don't need more. We need more of that Kanye. That specific instant. Kanye. That 2 minutes.
them niggas really let that man walk in drunk as shit, bro.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Society's just, Mr. West, you got to get better, brother.
Facts.
True.
But you told us a minute ago you wasn't well. What's that shit? In The Life of Pablo? He was talking about, he was dropping hints like Kanye's going crazy, Kanye's not sane type shit. Niggas just kept pushing.
Yeah.
That's true.
Do you like his music still? His new stuff?
I'm not the type of person that can separate the music from the art. I always see those two together. Yeah. At least when it comes to talking about individuals and greatness.
Okay.
When it comes to pushing people up and you're great and all that shit. Like when it comes to like a nigga like 6ix9ine, I'm never gonna consider that nigga great. I'm just gonna bump his music. Like that's really it. When it comes to a nigga like Kanye, who's people like he's the GOAT, he's contributed so much to society, he's done this. Yeah. I can't not separate the two.
True.
You feel me?
That's true. Yeah. Because it's a platform at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not only the music.
I agree.
And you just stay fucking up. Like
he's influential. Who do y'all think is some other influential artists? I remember we had a conversation at Vegas about this shit with Jordan.
Yeah.
Kid Cudi. that's what that nigga said.
Nah, that nigga
he was arguing Tyler.
Tyler, the Creator, is more influential than Young Thug.
Ooh.
That's Tyler, the Creator, did a lot.
That's
tough. He did a lot, even with fashion.
I'm like on some real shit, but I think the fact that like, bro, like Atlanta right now, bro, like Thug.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're pushing shit out, bro, and he's like has influenced like a lot of it.
The fact that Gunna and Lil Baby, all these niggas dropped, and the first question people asked was, "Yo, is this Thug?"
Literally.
Like, let me know everything.
Facts.
How do you feel about it, dude?
Tyler, the Creator, and Thugger.
Yeah, who has more influence?
I think I can't even speak. I don't think I speak on that. I think I want to say Thugger just because, like you said, there's all these Atlanta rappers and shit. But Tyler the Creator has like, I don't know, I feel like he's awoken this audience
Mm-hmm.
that like, I don't know, I don't think was being seen like at least like before that. And I think he also paved the way for a lot of other, a lot of his like section of artists. I don't even know what to call that.
Alternative
hip hop archetype of people. Yeah. And I didn't even know like that was a vibe, or that people would even like that or fuck with that shit. I don't even know anybody who I thought would have fucked with that shit until he started doing it. So I'm like, all right. I just didn't like that performance. Remember that performance of him yelling? I don't know what it was on. What is the thing for the music? Emmy, Grammy. Oh, yeah. But I just didn't. I don't think I like his performances. It's just a lot. I'm not entertained. It's just him yelling. I don't get that.
Coming out or past?
That sounds like pre.
This is after him coming out. This is like a recent award show. But like his performance was just him straight. I'm like, I don't get this. But
did you fuck with him Odd Future days? Did you fuck with Odd Future?
I didn't listen to that.
Yeah, I wasn't on.
I fuck with them. They were fire.
I kind of fucked with it. I thought it was funny sometimes.
I think it was just like a squad that I wanted to be a part of. Like,
I can see it. Cargo pants, Gary. Cargo shorts, Gary.
Ooh.
Yeah, with the Sperry's. You probably had the Odd Future socks, the donuts.
Yeah.
Blue with the pink donut.
Krispy Kreme ass nigga.
Skateboarder? You ain't get into the skateboarding style, but you wanted to.
I ripsticked.
You ripstick.
Ooh.
Wiggle.
Ooh, wiggle.
He ripstick. All right. Well, yeah, we can. Let me keep pushing.
Yeah, we done with Lana Blu-ray?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now let's get into our academic bag, our college bag. Don't forget that we college students, y'all.
Facts.
We won't be for too much longer, but well, let's not say that.
You don't know what can happen in the next few weeks.
Let me not lie. Shout out to my super seniors out there. Super seniors.
Why you adding so many supers?
Yeah, bro. You talking about some specific niggas now.
He went super seniors and then he went super duper whooper seniors.
You talking about the niggas that's been here? Like, how are you here still?
Yeah.
Go from 100 to 50 to 20 to 5.
That's wild.
It happens though, bro. People graduate on their own schedule.
That's a fact. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No such thing as graduating on time.
Fact.
No such thing.
Well, I wouldn't say facts.
Yeah,
no
I
such
also
thing.
got a question.
There's people who are graduating who are like done.
No, clearly, but like that whole concept of like time in terms of like your studies, like that shit, like you know what I'm saying? It's not
yeah,
real.
there's no on time because you on your own time.
Exactly.
So whenever you graduate, it's on time.
Yeah, and then on time implies late. What were some of your academic highs throughout these 4 years? Or your lows? We can start with highs. Let's start a little positive note. I think my high is when shit started clicking for me. I think in CS, in computer science, or like little moments. I'm remembering a moment where I was sitting in one of my dorms and Shaq was there. I think I was just doing my work. I was doing my CS shit, coding, and I was like, "Yo, I'm really killing this shit right now. Like, I'm smooth with it. I'm just going. The code working. I'm not even getting that many errors. Like I think in that moment I was like, "Yo, like I could do this shit. Like I'm smart. Like." This terms of academic, like this, I was like, wow, I'm learning this academic thing that I didn't know before at all, and now it's like there. So I think about little pockets, little moments like that I share with friends, or I think helping people in CS when niggas stuck. You know, like, yo, bring your laptop over here. Let me help you out. Because usually, if someone has like a coding problem, you usually like just like debug their code, quote unquote, which is just help them fix it. And when you start like seeing all the problems before,
true. Do you take their computer, or do you try to help them coach you through them? Because there's two ways to go about it. You could be like, hold up, nigga, let me debug this.
That's true.
Or it could be all right, bro, did you try this?
That's facts. I depend. Sometimes, because sometimes you see when niggas move slow or type slow.
Yo, time out. It's hard when people watching you, though.
I'm like, yo, let me help you.
It's a different keyboard when somebody watching.
That's true.
That shit would go from QWERTY to fucking Quabble, and you just shit just start tweaking.
What year was that? Was that like sophomore year, freshman year?
Yeah, I remember.
That happened, I think, like junior year.
Junior year.
I think early junior year moment.
I remember that. And he was coming back. He was like, yo, I just interned. Yeah. That internship was light, like compared to the shit I do at Stanford. I remember being very happy for you when he was talking that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, when this nigga was, I knew he really loved this shit too. He was like, all these niggas do is play fucking ping pong. Like, I'm tired of my teammates. They not doing shit.
Damn.
What internship was that?
Nah, I love CS, bro. That was JP Morgan. I think I was just grinding out. But I think I just love the vibe though. I don't like people talking to me while I'm doing my coding shit. I'm like, yo, just text me. I know you next to me, but just send me a message. Let me just do this coding shit personally.
Culture.
That's wild.
I'd rather ping you than text you.
That's the complete opposite of a bank.
Yeah.
Me, when I would text my boss, you say, "Get up, come and address me." I'm like, what if it's just it's like you feel me? Like,
shit.
Was it things that were addressable via text?
It would be like,
was it like conversations?
Nah, it would be like he would sign me a what's it called? A presentation to do.
Yeah.
And then I might ask, oh, what were the 3 points again? He might tell it to me, but I'm not taking notes. And so I'll write back like, yo, what are the 3 points that you want me to speak on? And he'll be like, come over here and speak to me. Type shit. Or like, yo, what do you want me to grab for lunch again? Or, oh yeah, pull up, come speak to me type shit.
I see.
Like, but he was very much against that. I don't know if it was just him. I doubt it, but he was against that culture of like everybody's just in their own cubicle or in their own joint and they're by themselves and it's very techie and they don't speak to anybody. Yeah. That social aspect was very huge for him.
Do you think that is because he was trying to invest in you, or do you think that's like the general like banking culture?
I wouldn't say that's I don't know if that's the general banking culture, but I do know that like, when it came specifically to him, he was very invested in like making sure technology didn't impede individuals from developing social skills. That was something he was extremely.
Yeah. See, there's a lot of introverts in tech. Yeah. Like a lot of people, they ain't really trying to talk, period. So don't come talking to them. I remember talking to people like, yo, you trying to go to lunch? Nah, bro, I'm just working. Like, come on, bro, you've been working for too long. Come on, let's go get some food. We gotta nourish you. Like, nah, bro, leave me alone. All right, nigga.
I remember when you told me about your classes. I was talking to you about poli-sci. He was like, yeah, CS, we don't really
we don't really talk. We don't really talk. We there for the professor. If somebody's talking to me, he's like, bruh, chill, my guy.
Yo, that's fucking hilarious, son.
For real. Like, there's no breakout sessions in lectures now with Zoom. There's none of that. Actually, you can't even see everybody. You only see the professor in the slides.
Damn.
Yeah.
That shit cool. So it's a CS paradise.
Yeah. But as an extroverted person, it's an adjustment in tech. And you'll find your other extroverted people. They're like, yo, like, let's get lit. You know? I need a break from the computer. It's hard to just stare at a computer for a long time. But you'll make it work.
Do you think that those people are like the people that are trying to use CS as a springboard to something else?
Those are a lot of people that will go to product management.
That's real.
Yeah. But if
and I like how tech like kind of accommodates for like introverted people versus extroverted people. Usually if you're like introverted too, not introverted necessarily, but you just like want to stay on your computer and cold all day, you could do that for the rest of your career and make more money and get promoted within your craft. Or if you like talking to people, working with clients, like you.
Yeah.
For the people,
because eventually you gotta be a manager.
Because it seems like at least I see at Google, like you could be a fellow, you could be the senior fellow, you could be the guru, and those people you could make like $500,000 being like a guru, a senior. What is it, like the highest?
That's true.
Yeah, the highest.
That's not directly up the ladder though.
Yeah, I feel like that's also just how they reward. Because I feel like the lifespan of like tech people is like what, 2 years for most people when they switch companies. Like, I'm wondering.
I wouldn't say that, but I know what you're saying though.
I feel like it's like that's a general vibe. Like you get a cosign from Facebook, and then like after you're like, okay, like I need some more bread. Like you'll go like hit.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Like I'm wondering if it's just like that's how they reward people staying for a longer period of time. Like the same way consulting, like I think consulting after like your third year, your shit jumps up like 50% or some shit like that.
A lot of people will stay for a while. Just do it. But with tech, you could.
How are y'all trying to get promoted and like move through your careers? Or like, do y'all think y'all want to like eventually manage hella people, have your own shit, just be like working on your own? Or you think you just want to get perfect at your craft, be it like your coding, be it like finance, be it music, be it policy?
I want to have the mindset where I get to learn more about other parts of the business. Like, I want to learn about credit and the system in there, but then I also want to maybe learn about this industry, specifically when it comes to credit or something else like that. Like, I do want to learn a lot, but I feel like when it comes to going up the ladder, the most efficient individual or the most successful individual knows who are the grade A people on their team. Like when you do it's almost like doing a GTA heist. You know, I need the fast driver here, or I need the person who's good with the weaponry here. Like that to me, that's the ideal leader. know who to employ around them to fill up the gaps that they don't have.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I think that's key. I saw that with my boss. She was an extremely smart woman from USC. She was like my boss's boss. And she did chemical engineering before switching over to banking.
Is a black woman?
Yeah, and then she got her master's
Shout out to her.
somewhere in finance and mathematics. She was killing it.
Yeah.
Black woman.
That sounds
holding it
elite.
down.
That's
bro. I'm talking
elite.
about. And it wasn't like she was one of those awkward folks who, like, she was like regular joking around, lived in Jersey, had mad bread with her kids and whatnot. So she was extremely dope. But like that's the type of leader I wanted to be in, where she was like, I don't know much about this industry, but I'm gonna take in a kid who do know about it, and I'm gonna let him run it up. That shit was really dope.
True. I want to be in that position where like I'm the tech guy, like the technologist. I'm like, oh yeah, we need computer vision guy. Makai Jones, your person.
Yeah. So you want to really specialize.
We need to call him in.
Really specialize. Okay,
I want to be pretty specialized. But in regards to navigating my career, I like to have a plan for it, but I'm open to like navigating it. Like I may be like, I want to spend a couple years here, but I may be in for like 3 years and then find a new opportunity and kind of want to switch track as long as it makes sense, type of thing.
Do tech have analyst programs?
Analyst?
Like what type of analyst?
Yeah, it's describe analyst.
Like in banking, when you join on as like starting analyst, to stop turnover from being so high, which it already is, it's inevitable. To stop it from being so high, though, you'll be in a 3-year program, very similar to the consulting. And every year you get depending on how good you do in your grade, you get a bump. So you go from a first-year analyst to second-year analyst. And then you get a bump in salary, you get a bump in there. It's not OD, but then you get a bump. And then there's another one for the 3rd year. And then that 3rd year, if you're still there with the company, then you become like a junior analyst. After becoming a 3rd-year analyst, that's like, all right, now you like bread, like well into the triple figures type stuff, where it's like, 3 years you've invested in this. Do you really want to leave?
Okay.
Unless you're going back for education or something. So I see a lot of companies do that. Not even in finance, but like just do like analyst programs to like reduce turnover.
True. We got ladders.
There's a lot of rotational programs too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But the rotation was like within a year. Like you'll spend like 4 months at one location, then 4 months on another location on another team. Same pay grade though. And then after that year, you convert to another one. Yeah, but I think the thing is the same as our ladder. So you'll come in like level 3, for example, level 3 at Google. You'll 2 years, I think on average 1.5. You'll go up to level 4, a little bit pay grade, more responsibility, probably more equity, just more compensation in general. Then level 5, level 6. At that point, you become like manager. You manage a team or team leader, etc. And that's probably the closest thing to it.
Yeah,
but that's just your typical ladder. I'm like, if I want to be a software engineer for 10 years, this is how I can level up.
What's the difference?
In terms of like that idea of how they like kind of rope you in and like they kind of give you money. I know I've heard of like sometimes they give you like just a shit ton of stock. Like they say here's 100K, but then like they give you 10K the first year, then like 20, 30K the second year, and then they increase and they try and make you stay like 4 years just to get all of it.
On average, how much time between each level?
Is different. So and it's different per company too. So I could give you like Google numbers.
Yeah.
Google between 3 and 4 was 1.6. Between 4 and 5 was like 2.2. Other than that was like 4. So it's very different, but it's very.
What's the units?
Years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sure. Between 3 and 4 is 1.6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you gotta adjust and then you gotta excel. That I think the biggest thing is what we call what
Ramping
they call.
up.
No, not ramping up. Or you gotta ramp up. But I was thinking of reviews. I mean, not peer reviews.
The
but
code reviews.
performance assessments.
Yeah, that's
so at the end of every
standard.
quarter, you'll have like your manager basically give you, and you gotta get like the highest grade 3 times in a row in order to qualify to move up a level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you could come in and be nice with it.
That's real.
And go straight up, but very unlikely, or at least the average is 1.6.
It's wild to me how versatile industries are now. Before, nigga, you had a job in the 90s, you did finance.
Facts.
That's your life.
Facts.
Like, feel me? Like that. So that's just wild how they explained it went from being vertical to being a lot more horizontal. These 1 years you might go over here and then you might come up and switch over. Like, so that's really dope. But let's switch back to academic highs.
Okay.
Anybody else want to go up? What's an academic high I had?
I could go. Mine was, it was less academic, but I'm a blur the lines of exactly what we define it. What was dope to me? Oh man, I was in my bag this fall. recruiting. I was nice with it, fam. I was nice with it, fam. It felt like, you know, you know how like end of high school you applying to colleges. You was getting them.
Reel him in. I got the bag. Tell a friend.
Yeah, but imagine it's a salary on each offer.
Reel it in. I got the
Reel it in.
bag.
Oh my God, man, it felt good. It felt like recruiting was a sign-up sheet. Where I was just like signing up for companies type shit.
This nigga's in his Birkin.
Yeah, but I think that was just a level up of after 4 years of working hard in CS. I was nice with it. Like I was going to interview, kill it. It was only one company that I didn't make it to the final round with, and that was because they just didn't get around to everybody. Type of thing. That was Waymo. Yeah. It was. I was nice. With it. Like it was crazy, but that was probably the high to finish off all the other highs. I think it was other points during undergrad where I was like, oh wow, I'm kind of getting used to it. I'm feeling good. But man, just to feel like the summit of like all the shit I kind of worked for, great feeling.
That's dope.
That's real
shit.
Yeah, that shit was inspiring seeing that shit. I was like, yo, like this is what's on the other end of it. Like there's real numbers like to this. It's crazy. Like this is like.
Yeah, but I knew it was coming. I ain't sleep on myself. I knew how valuable I was.
That's dope.
That's real shit.
For real.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that you confidently say like the only reason I ain't get Waymo is because they didn't get around to me, bro.
Yeah, because I was nice with the interview. I was very confident. Like going in, like I remember one time I was in an interview and I just started off, maybe just like introducing the problem, and the interviewer stops me. He's like, "Yo, are you a undergrad?" He was like, "I just don't. Undergrads usually don't act this way."
Damn.
Right? That's I was like, "Oh yeah." He was like, "It feels like a professor or something."
Too
like,
suave.
I was like, "Yeah, bro. This is what I do. Hi, my name's Makai. You ain't meet me yet." Right, and it's a feeling because it's like have you guys ever ran into this where it's like confidence and like being what's like overconfident, like the negative piece
Cocky.
Yeah, like cocky. Yeah, and that's something that you got to like when you know you're nice or have a lot of self confidence. I feel like it's a balance where you don't want to come off as cocky type of thing, but believing in yourself enough. Like I think you got to have a healthy amount of narcissism that'll promote you through it.
That's valid.
Yeah. It's like the confidence that's like charming. Like more than.
What about you, G?
I don't know. Like, I think
I want to just throw you those essays. Like your essays, like I have the privilege of looking, of sometimes like giving little grammar text on Gary's essays so I get to read them, and these shits is beautiful.
His grammar's
not
nice.
Grammar, like not like big stuff. It's just like, you know, when you reread someone. No, his grammar is good, but sometimes you write the word "the" 2 times, like shit like that. Like, that's all I'm finding.
Very nice with it.
But this nigga Gary nice with it.
It definitely took me a while to get to a high. I think a lot like very early in college, like I was just all over the place. Like I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to major in. Like I was just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And then like the one major that I like really fucked with, like people were shitting on it, talking about like it's like the easiest major at Stanford. And
what was it?
The one I'm in. Yeah.
STS?
Yeah, literally like STS.
Yeah,
like niggas be saying like STS is
STS.
like, oh, like if you a CS major that like the shit's too difficult, like you become STS. If you're an athlete, like you'll do STS.
Yeah.
And it like on some real, it took me like a long time to like get past all that shit by virtue of like my pride. And I was like, damn, am I about to like come to Stanford to like bullshit around? But I think I took this class. I'm trying to think. I think I took like this was like when I was like comfortable like doing the major, and I was like, you know, like I might just have a knack for this shit. I think I took a class called like technometabolism. I was like generally looking at like the tech industry like a geochemical cycle to try to figure out how to like make it more efficient.
Fam, I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
like viewing like trying to make the tech industry more sustainable essentially.
Okay.
Especially around like hardware.
Got you.
But like after that class, like the director of like my major was my teacher, and he's like, yo, like you kind of got a knack for this shit, like you should like really take this shit more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And then that next year I took like this thesis writing class in like science, technology, society. I ended up researching like essentially like the different like how like street smarts could like show up in the way that people use tech.
Okay.
So like how it is that like a SoundCloud artist like despite not knowing like having like a comprehensive background on like what a search algorithm is, knows like, yo, I need to be shifting these tags, like this shit is trending, like I need to put this shit on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how like hip hop as like a genre at first was like pushing the bounds of tech since day one, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I remember I submitted my shit, and a teacher, like she's like, her name's Dr. Sato, one of like the realest niggas here, like on God, like vice director of my program, was just like, yo, like, nigga, you wrote this shit? I was like, yeah.
Wow, don't forget Gary's an academic,
I was
man.
like, thanks, man. I appreciate it, man.
Wow. Can I get an applause?
Yes, sir. My fault, child. The screen went blank. Bow.
Damn.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, I think right now I'm just waiting for that shit, the writing to translate to dollars. Shout out to all the niggas that not in like is like in tech like that. But it's working.
Okay, good shit. Good shit. Yeah, you did your thing, man. Big shout out
Appreciate it.
from Yo Ati.
Facts.
Good shit.
What? What? This nigga talking about, man. Stop this nigga.
What about you, Shaq?
I keep mine short. I would say similarly.
Take your time.
Chilling. Cause we still gotta talk about lows, but I'll say similarly with my highs. I feel like going into different poli-sci classes and really getting in my bag when it comes to the readings and bringing. We talking about just different concepts of like democratized taste. I don't even know.
Democratization.
Yeah, that shit. We'll talk about just different developments of democracy, different theories will go on. The professor will be right there, and I'm just like going at it with him. Like, what's up? What it is? Like, you wrote a book on it? Let me tell you how you wrong. Like, let me break this down for you. Yo, did you do research in my country? Word? All right, say less than. Like, really going hard with the nigga. And it got to the point where a lot of my classmates was like, it was like weird because y'all know me. If I don't know you, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not saying what up. I'm not doing none of that. So it got to the point where I would enter class. There'll be people I did not talk to this entire class that were like, yo, like, I want to work in his group, like type shit. Like this thing is smart.
You chose first on the playground, huh?
Yeah, let's go.
It's the academic draft on your boy. You feel me?
Number one pick.
First pick. Call him Zion, nigga.
Yeah, that literate nigga
that
over there.
Dope just because it came from a lot of like very similarly like freshman year. It was like, damn, it's like poli-sci like too easy. It's humanities too easy for this school, like type shit. Which is why I like found myself taking like CS. I don't give a fuck about CS, but like, no, actually, I had an education. I mean, not an education. I had a natural attractness to it. Like, I really fucked with it. Like, its concept was cool. Learning how to learn was dope. But I think in the long run, I was like, I don't want to see myself sitting behind a desk and just pouring code into numbers like that. That's not really what it is for me. But I think, like, after finally validizing myself, like, nah, what you studying is real. What you studying can make an impact. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm cool off it. You feel me? And I found that really dope.
I also feel like, on some real, like, I feel like I gauged my, like, I was also on, like, the CS tip, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's easy to follow.
Huh?
It's easy to follow here.
Yeah, but I think one of, like, the things that helped me the most in, like, reflecting on it was, like, seeing how much you and Mamadou were into that shit. I was like, I don't care about this shit like these niggas do. Like, I'm just not, like, when you see someone love some shit and you just like, all right, for sure. Like, it's not there.
Like, I found it interesting, but then I found myself more attracted to the social, like, influences that came out of it. So you guys would talk about, like, autonomy in vehicles. You feel me? Y'all be really into the tech of that. Well, how does it work? And while listening to that conversation, I'll be thinking, well, damn, what about the policies? Well, what implements that? And I think that's what I found was really dope. You feel me? Y'all love of tech, exactly as G said, helped me find out that, like, nah, I got my own lane in this.
Facts.
And I can still complement that. I can still learn about that because, you know, niggas still love to learn, but I don't have to necessarily co-opt that. You feel me? And I think a lot of people have to learn that in college, especially at Stanford, where, 1 in 4 people take CS at least one time throughout their years.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
Like, it's a ridiculous amount. And, like,
maybe even higher than that, to be honest.
Yeah, 1 in 4 CS majors.
We probably got 25% of the campus.
25%.
That's wild.
And then,
that should do go stupid.
Yeah, probably half in engineering in general. Yeah, I think that's the whole self-discovery journey that comes with it.
What hurts is when you see sometimes I feel like I see other CS students and then I meet them at juniors and them niggas is miserable. Like, they don't like it. Like, you don't like saying like they just don't enjoy it, and it's so sad. And I'm like, yo, bro, like it wasn't. And you could tell like it's all the pressure, also all the campus pressure. It's all like people being like, you trying to make bread after this. The only way you could do it is with CS. Like, nah, that's not true.
Another thing that I had to think about in regards to majors, and we probably didn't have to deal with it as much, but the parental pressure. Like a lot of people are like, their parents who are paying for their college are like, no, nigga.
You're not doing art.
You are not doing art. Like, you're definitely doing CS. If I'm paying for it, and that's something that, I mean, like, it came up in many of my friendships and even one of my relationships where I'm like, oh, dang, like, you
That's tough.
can't even choose yourself.
That's interesting.
Literally, yeah.
I know. Yeah, I've heard mostly of the, I came to college to make money. Where it's like the fly kid internal struggle. I didn't know about the external. Pops is paying for this, and it's like, no, nigga, it's a dub.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Black as Fuck talked about that, joked around about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Black as Fuck. See, they giving you another perspective. The other side of the owl.
Yes, sir.
The other side of the aisle got like 10 people. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say political owl. Well, I don't want the listeners to think political owl. I was thinking more income. Yeah.
That's something. There's only 10 people.
I guess it's like what do you call classes? The barrier between classes.
Class barriers?
Class barrier, yeah.
Run it up.
The other side of the class barrier.
Yes, sir. Yo, this next one we get into the academic lows.
Low?
Man,
let me start it off because I already talked about it actually, but let me bring it up once more. First quarter, 1.8.
Damn.
Shout out. Gunshots. Bang, bang, bang.
This for the
Dead ass. That was probably the lowest I went.
Damn.
But I mean, it was an adjustment that first quarter, picking it up, and it was only really one class. I don't want to make any excuses for it, but I just hopped into the wrong class. It was like, damn, this is not for me, fam. But it was too late. It was week 4, past the withdrawal deadline or the ad drop deadline.
Tough.
I'm like, damn, I ain't really learned shit. I don't even know what it was called. I ain't really learned that calculus shit though.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this is dub.
None of those APs.
I should have been in math 19. Stanford people know that should have been the first one. So I just had to struggle through it, take that L. And I thought that it had the potential to end or to put me on probation, or not probation, but to eventually lead to suspension type of thing, academic suspension. So I just had to take my probation, and it forced me to learn from it. I low-key, in hindsight, I appreciate it. I think I needed to raise the stakes to apply pressure to become a diamond.
We are back live.
He said we are potting.
Yeah, that's me. But I talked about that like episode 1 or episode 2. So
real.
if you want the full thing, go back.
What about you, dude?
I think I've had many. Let me start there. But most of them were sophomore year. Sophomore year was bad, bro. Like, I think it was this moment. I'm looking like one specific. I remember I was taking this class 109, which is like a statistics class, like computer science, statistics for computer scientists or whatever. And I just remember like every day, like I remember, like I would come into my room at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Haven't been in the library all day, trying to learn some shit, and then I just wasn't getting it. Like, I would dead ass, like, I'm like, yo, listen, I'm gonna lock myself in this library at like 8 p.m. I'm in there till 7. And like, I don't know, it was the most like defeating. It felt like, I was like, I'm rereading this shit. Like, and I'm not understanding. I was like, yo, like, I can't solve any problems after going to class and asking for help. And then, I don't know, I started thinking niggas was having meetings without me.
Something?
I was like, this class. Like, niggas is having class on some secret Sunday and not telling me because I'm missing something. Like, some shit not clicking. And I just remember that shit just hurting my feelings. I was like, I'm dumb. I was like, I ran out of space capacity or something. Like, I think it's over for me. Like, this is it. Like, but I just remember I think I just dragged myself through that class. I was like, it was just a one class thing where like, it was also a statistics class, and like most people had already taken statistics in high school or some kind of background in kind of statistics. So I just dragged my ass through that shit. Took my C.
Good shit. You made it through.
Right.
Facts.
And what people don't recognize is you don't really need statistics that much afterwards.
It depends on the field.
No, I meant in CS.
Oh, CS.
In a CS course curriculum, like you're not gonna be doing everything that you did. A great understanding is important, but to master the content.
Yeah, especially if you're not into AI or anything like that too.
You made it through though. Congratulations.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You said lows?
Yeah, this is lows.
Honestly, bro, like, yeah, I've definitely had way more lows than highs at this place. Or at least perceived lows.
Perceived by you?
Yeah, literally, yeah. I think sophomore year was definitely, like, winter quarter sophomore year was, or, like, fall quarter to winter quarter of sophomore year was just particularly ass. Like, I just remember, like, fall quarter I had to retake a class that I did super shitty in, and then I got the same grade the next quarter that I tried it. And that shit, like, when I tell you that shit hurt so much. I was like, damn, like, why the fuck am I even here? And then going into winter and then seeing, like, similar trends, like, there was a class that I had to change to, like pass, like, credit, no credit, withdraw, like, it just wasn't looking good for me. And I was like, damn, like, I'm not graduating, like, this shit is over. But that was also, like, the tail end of, like, me finally taking a class where, like, I was being, you know, affirmed. Like, this was literally the quarter, like, spring quarter sophomore year was when I was like, all right, bet, like, I'm supposed to be here type shit. Which is, like, I think, like, super important, especially in college, bro. Like, if the low is getting lower, bro, like, the moment it reaches its lowest, bro, the come up is, like, right there. Like,
true.
It's just pushing through just a little bit. And that shit is rough. Like, that shit is super rough. But, like, I think, I don't know. Like, it's just something that I tried to keep in mind was, like, how, like, other people saw me, too. And something like that I try to keep in mind now. Like, I see, like, niggas doing, like, super well and all this shit. And, like, I start to feel inferior. But then I'm like, yo, like, someone looks up to me. Like, I know that. Like, someone, I'm setting the example for someone. Like,
yes, sir. This nigga's spitting. Damn, nigga.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, yeah.
That man's spitting for real. That's some real shit, man. Sheesh. But yeah, them lows really suck. And I feel like
you gotta have lows to appreciate the highs.
That's a fact, to be honest. I definitely continue to do.
Nah, I was just make sure, just try your best not to give up, man. Even if you're having a tough quarter, man, drag yourself to the other side of that shit. Promise you there's a better quarter, bro.
That's a fact. And also be real with yourself. I think a lot of my lows, like right now, I'm on probation. Like, I don't know, it don't really feel like a low to me because, like, I know myself. Like, make sure to change your habits. I know I be doing dumb shit. I wait late to do my work, different stuff like that. But I know when I'm in my bag, that first 1 or 2 weeks, like that first 3 to 4 weeks, I'm in my bag, acing everything. Nigga, I know I could cook this class. It's just that, you feel me, niggas get exhausted, get burnt out, and ain't trying to touch nothing else. But, like, that's why I don't really classify those as my lows. My low was, like, getting into my major. Like with poli-sci, like, freshman year, my idea was, like, I'm going to stock up on easy classes. Let me not say easy. They were just challenging in different ways, and they were challenging in ways that appeal to me.
Okay.
You feel me?
Like speaking.
Yeah.
Like expressing himself, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, you killed that video class.
Oh, thank you. But, like, for example, Adam Banks taught a class freshman year about DJing and the love of that. Me and G was already talking about DJing that whole time.
Is a DJ.
So, like, looking at the history of that was like light. You feel me? All that stuff. Sophomore year came around. It was like, yo, you say you poli-sci, you finally got to start taking poli-sci classes. Okay. Like, all right. And I picked some of the craziest classes, not really knowing. Like, I'm talking about poli-sci 200. Like, I'm in the 200 series. Graduate shit? Just now getting into the shit. Nigga, I entered a class, the shorty, like, political science, she was speaking straight science, nigga. Like, that was my first time I was ever, like, razzle-dazzled like that, bro. So when it comes to the K theory, how much is K going to affect the... She was giving P-sets in poli-sci about the likeliness of what events, like, will impact a rebellion in a country and stuff like...
Wow.
Bro, I was in that class with T-Say. I came to 2 classes. I looked at T-Say. I said, see you later. And I whipped Drew out that motherfucker. It was bad. That shit put me on, like, those 9 units. So I was, like, below the unit count. Bro, that shit was fucking me up. And that just happened, like, maybe twice, where it's, like, back to back. Joined another poli-sci class, knew nothing of what these niggas was talking about. I'm like, what happened to the politics? Like, just speaking straight. She was bringing in bar graphs and shit like that. She was talking about, like, there's a dot here and a dot here. Talk about the coefficient difference and what that means to this. And she was teaching us how to break down these scientific journal graphs. Like, no, the most I'm going to get is a Washington Post article. I'm not going to JStorm. I'm not moving forward. Like, please stop. Like, bro, that shit was bad. But fuck it, you live, you learn. You feel me?
You learn.
And you got to struggle to then get into that bag. You feel me? Like, if we're like, all right, maybe that super hard shit ain't really me. That super hard scientist part of this shit ain't really me. But that, like, in the middle of where it's like, all right, it's a little statistical based. And it's a little like poli-sci based. Now we're gonna look at implementing policy. That's my bag. That's my niche. You feel me?
The niche within the niche. That's
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's important.
Find your niche.
Yes, sir. How did y'all find balance throughout this time? Feel me? Of academics, extracurriculars, mental health, all that. How'd y'all find that balance?
I feel like it was crazy because you in high school you're used to being in a lot of shit.
So much on your plate.
Hella shit. You like, yo, nigga, I was in like 7 clubs. School, and I had a part-time job. I had a couple part-time jobs.
And I was hooping on the weekends.
Right?
Watching movies when I got home.
Right?
Crazy. Like,
where'd the time go?
shit don't feel real.
Right?
You come to college thinking you getting more time. Nigga.
Nigga, psych.
Gone.
So finding balance is big. How did I do it, though? I think eventually you just figure out what you care about. And you don't care about everything. I think you have an opinion about everything, or you, like, can be involved with everything. But, like, to actually put your time into it is another question, right? So I think I got involved through, like, there was tons of clubs I was in. I was in Flip. I was in Bongra for a while. I was in, and it was all things that, like, I enjoyed doing when I was doing it. But I was just like, okay, where do I want to spend? If I have a limited set of time, where can I spend that time? Right, it's a limited thing. So eventually, I think you eventually find your balance after a year or two.
You was in Seoul as well.
Yeah, I was in Seoul for a minute.
I forgot you. I
Yeah.
forgot you was
That was a
not
little
gonna do that.
influence. My girlfriend was in there. It was a little influence.
There you go.
So I was also with my girlfriend.
Yeah. I never knew you was in Flip though. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, I was an intern too.
This nigga was core. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a core. I was about that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess it made sense. It was like my identity, and I'm like, okay, of course I should represent my identity. But I didn't really want to organize for it.
Flip is very interesting.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
I thought so too.
But we can touch more about that offline.
Yeah, we can talk about
Definitely. Never mind.
A space. It's a space.
It's
not
a space.
my space, but it's a
Definitely a space.
It's for people.
It's for the ORs, the first gen or low incomes. I think.
Oh,
interesting.
What's Flip?
Yeah,
First generation
right.
low income partnership. It's a club
Yeah,
for first generation low
so
income
naturally, I
students.
felt brought there. I feel like that should be a place I should be. I didn't want to. Yeah.
I enjoyed working for the fly office. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And then you at least I
Why you not
realized
working there now?
I think in programs like Flip where I wanted to join those, I realized that I just got another job afterwards. But I became a TA for a psychology class. But before that I was working. I'd rather work in the fly office, the first generation low income office. Then I realized like being one of the clubs because I'm also getting paid and I'm also doing these events for the fly students or whatever.
How did you get to balancing that?
I like that you added that on, but like the question if you want to talk was
making contribution useful. In terms of balance, at least.
Damn. That nigga said, "You see the agenda, mama. You know what bullet point we are on."
Son. You know, make your contribution useful. What?
Yo, but no, I think what I was trying to hint at there was I realized for me, because in high school I didn't join any clubs. Like I was a part of like one club, but my high school didn't really do clubs. Like everything I did was outside of school. Like I did all these cool shit outside of school. So I was never used to clubs. Like the idea like never stuck with me. But I think what got me was I just realized like I could just work, and I think seeing work as like my extracurricular helped like knock off me doing extracurriculars. Usually I would like have a job, do my academics, and also have some extracurricular clubs. But then once I realized I could combine like extracurricular and jobs, be it like working at these offices, like being a TA where I talk about identity and stuff, where I probably could have joined a club about that. I was like, once I combined the two, I was like, I'm Gucci. And I think, and in terms of like how I balanced that and how I chose to prioritize that, I think it was, I think first is realizing like my capacity in terms of like, I think it's okay. Like if you can't join extracurriculars, like you just have to be okay with it. I think at one point I felt insecure about not being in enough clubs. Like I was like, damn, like niggas doing this. Like, I want to be in BSU or some shit. Like, but I was like, I have to spend all my time doing academics because this shit is hard. Like I genuinely don't have the time to organize an event. And I just had to accept that. And I was like, all right, listen, if you can't do it, don't do it. Like, don't. At least for me, prioritize. At least.
Do you think it's important to be in something or to do something aside from academics? Because it could be a wild life if you only doing
100%. I agree. I think it's especially valuable if you need a community. Like, I think if you come in without friends or without a community, you gotta get on some extracurriculars. You gotta have that. I was fortunate in that, like, I had a good group of friends. Like, I fuck with the people. All my friends had a thing. Like, I saw my friends every weekend. So, like, extracurriculars wasn't bringing the social aspect of, like, the things. Because I had a good friend group.
Yeah, I think that job, being able to bridge the gap is like, pretty dope. I know that happened for me, too, with, like, Black House and then also now with the Fly Office. I'm not going to lie. I was the type of nigga, like, freshman year, when it came to, like, balance, I'm like, I threw a lot of my plate as well. But then that made it so, especially when it came to extracurriculars, I thought you were making a statement with what you was a part of. So, like, if you are busy all the time, always doing academics, and you have on the weekends when you can only do your club stuff and you choose not to be a part of the BSU on your campus, I looked at you negatively. I was like, nah. So I'm like, yo, that's the only free time you got, and you don't want to come and help uplift the black community. You feel me? It was a very one-dimensional way of thinking, but, like, I know myself. Like, if I'm being 100% raw, I was an asshole. I'll see this, like, who's this nigga? This nigga not in the BSU? Like, oh, yeah, this is an incognito. Get him the fuck out of here. Like,
I wasn't in the BSU.
But you was.
I thought I was in the BSU. I thought it was an automatic sign-up.
That's hilarious. But I feel like with y'all, it was different.
Yeah, we were in other shit, though.
Yeah, y'all was already in other shit. Y'all already came around the black community. Y'all already had some stake in it. Yeah. Whereas, like, with other people, it's like, y'all choose, like, in the free time you have, you feel me, you choose not to participate within this. Yeah. This is crazy for me. Like, are you really down for black people? And then those individuals end up joining the next year, you feel me? And they end up putting in more work than me. Like, you feel me? So, like, at some points, it's just like, like, definitely them. Like, I quickly grew out of that mindset, you feel me, of thinking that, like, nigga, don't let what people aren't saying be the judge of their character. Let what their actions are doing be, you feel me, the judge of their character, you feel me? So I think, yeah, that really helped. And to stay on topic, yeah, before Mama to come back and give me with the
all right, but, like, can you continue?
Yeah, with that balancing act, yeah, it was always have a lot on your plate. I'm not gonna act like I'm balanced. I still to this day have a lot on my plate. Got fucking 4 orgs to do work for after this shit. Like, it is what it is, though. You feel me?
It is what it is.
Like,
you gotta juggle.
Yeah, exactly. You feel me? You gotta juggle. It's not really about balancing, it's that juggling. But for me, it's like, as well with that juggling, I'm the type of nigga that when I don't feel like there's a shit ton going on, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like, if I leave one of my clubs right now and I don't have, like, meetings for it anymore, or if I don't, I need Shaq to handle this, I'm gonna feel like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I feel like niggas gonna be talking shit about me in the community. Like, yo, what the fuck? This nigga don't do shit, this and that. Like, I'm it's fucked up, but I'm afflicted with that mindset. I've always got to do something. Always got to be on go. Even with staffing, it came like that. Always got to be working. Oh, you need something done? I could do it for you. Just like, nah, I'm a hard worker. I prove that. It's like, you do, but you're not balancing. You feel me? And I felt that a lot this year with not necessarily mental health stuff, but with more like academics fell because I was trying to give too much all to my freshmen. And just a lot of other social shit was falling apart. And Jan had to pull me aside like, nigga, yo, you got to get your shit together. You feel me? Like, this is not just because of staffing. This is because of your actual mental health. Like, Jan encouraged me to start going to CAPS and stuff like that to talk things through. I want to say it's as effective as it is for, like, other folks, but it is a good outlet, I feel like. But it's one step in trying to balance. You feel me?
I think that's you bring up the generosity is usually what I see. Like, of course, everyone's nice, but I especially see fly students being really generous with their time. And that's when sometimes you see it getting dangerous. Like, At least, and it's like it's a beautiful thing. Like you can never tell, especially like if you're from a place where like you guys thrive off of helping each other. Like it's community oriented. Like it's hard to tell niggas no. Like yo, I'm sorry, bro. I can't do that event on Saturday. But sometimes you gotta say no, bro.
That's a fact, bro.
That is a long effect.
The bomb, right?
Yeah,
no.
Right. Usually we like, I don't know. Today we have a calm vibe with us. So we notice this shit, but usually we just be laughing with that shit, and then it just ends quicker. But today we not calm. I think it's the sky. It's really affecting me.
That's true.
That nice vibe.
It is a really nice. Yeah, it's a nice vibe.
Yeah, it's good weather out here, Mama. It's good weather.
Yeah.
It's like a few clouds. You know those cumulonimbus clouds?
I believe it. I'm just hungry.
Where you like, oh yeah, that's a rabbit.
You say cumulus?
Yeah. It's dope.
Leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone, bro.
You might get a stratus cloud. Nah,
maybe a little serious.
Ooh.
Get these niggas the fuck out of here, bro.
Cumulonimbus.
No clouds.
Nigga, the only Nimbus I know is the shit that Goku ride. Stop playing with me, nigga. Yeah, that's the only Nimbus.
And Harry Potter.
Oh, Nimbus.
Wasn't that shit a Nimbus?
Harry Potter on a cloud?
I thought he was on a broomstick.
That was the name of the broom.
Oh.
The Nimbus 3000. Oh.
I ain't really watched Harry.
Yeah, I was really fucking with Harry Potter like that.
Harry Potter wasn't really my shit.
Niggas used to dog the books, not me.
Yeah.
I was more of
Harry
a
Potter
Artemis
was like
Fowl, more of a
That shit
Alex
went
Rider
stupid.
type
That
of
shit
guy.
Oh, Alex Rider was
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, I love
Oh,
Alex
dog,
Rider.
that nigga's- don't-
That Percy Jackson?
Yeah.
Mm.
You know he's coming back.
Yeah, they doing a live, bruh.
Yeah.
Hold
Yo.
on, time out. Live action,
But
that
listen
shit was
though,
trash.
Rick Riordan's
listen
in
though.
it though.
The author is controlling it,
Yes, bro.
Oh.
and he's making it a series
Indeed.
Okay.
to where every season is a book.
Indeed.
Oh, okay.
You
it's
hitting all the pieces.
Wow.
You hitting all the
And
pieces.
Disney
I
Plus
like
going,
that.
is
Because that
by
movie missed it.
trash.
That
And he
horrible.
acknowledged
Missed
it.
it.
The
Horrible.
old actor was the one that he posted like, "I'm happy that Rick Riordan's doing this shit the right way." Type
Yeah,
shit.
fam.
Like,
Was it
bro,
yeah, man. Damn.
that shit going. I'm hyped for that shit.
Wow.
No cap. My
Hey,
son
yo.
Percy had the
Percy Jackson put me
Nigga,
on the books,
bro.
period, bro. I was.
nigga had the
Read.
Put you on the
Watch
read
the
it.
rainbow.
had the shit tucked with pulling
Yes.
out a sword.
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding
Nigga.
me?
Yeah, that pen. Talking about that pen that
Click.
turned into a
Click Excalibur. Like, come on, son.
Come on.
Stop.
Yeah, that shit was
Come
fire.
on, don't play with my boy Percy.
My son Percy,
Shit was-
man.
Shit was fire.
Shit was
Also,
fire.
just like the whole note, like hell being in Hollywood.
Fire.
Like that, I was
Yeah.
like, yo,
That shit was
Yeah.
fire.
this nigga put thought into this shit, bro.
Nigga, the last one was crazy too. The last episode when it was fighting with the Giants and them niggas
Yeah.
was in fucking New York City and the Giants
Yeah.
wilding on the Empire State.
Yeah.
Shit was heat, son.
Wild.
Wow.
Shit was
Wow.
heat, nigga. Poseidon and all them.
Elevator being at the top of the Empire State
Come
Building.
on.
Come on, they don't do that no more, fam. They don't-
What is
my
y'all
God.
niggas
They're not
saying?
putting thought into it like that,
Man,
bro.
they're not doing that
Damn.
no more, fam.
Bro, that Percy Jackson
shit
was
was
different.
stupid.
Yeah, that
bro.
Percy Jackson.
That
was
Scholastic
crazy.
I missed
Fair.
out on something.
When
Yo,
you go to the
the book-
Scholastic book fair,
The book fair, I'll
I'm
pay
just-
$4 for that.
You know-
nigga,
bro,
I'm
you-
grabbing straight Captain Underpants and Percy Jackson, and I'm
Facts.
out of there.
I was
Facts.
too big on Percy, on Captain.
I can't tell you how many fucking bookmarks
He said,
I've
"I'm outta there."
ever used. I just had them there, just looking nice.
Facts.
Just looking nice.
You know what I used to
Oh,
go
yeah.
crazy on? What
What?
niggas didn't know about it when I was young. I used to go to the library. I used to get that manga, nigga. Used to go
Bro.
crazy. Get those
Oh.
Don't even
Naruto
get me
episodes.
started, bruh.
Fire.
Mm.
I'm
Like,
still
oh
not
shit.
put on the manga.
I'm reading from right to left. Different. I'm different. Come
That is
on.
real, bruh.
Come on.
Different.
Yo, 2 Chainz.
Open the book like,
I never used to read it like
Like,
that
why you
though. I
starting
was
from
on
the
my
back, my guy?
Kakashi shit. I'll read it like that.
Ooh,
and had it in one
standing up
hand.
too.
Just-
Standing up.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
even sitting down.
Hand behind my back.
Hand behind it.
I hate
Ooh.
this
Fly.
nigga, bruh.
Probably
Without
fighting at
fighting.
the same
Nigga's
time.
hand behind his back.
Fighting at
This
the same
nigga
time.
dick.
I'll just look. Like, yeah, what up?
That man, I don't fold pages. I know what page
Yeah.
I'm on, nigga.
Be on a train, balancing my chakra and shit, reading and
Hell
shit.
yeah, he ain't even
Everything
got a
mad
hold.
dizzy
He ain't
and
even got a
shit.
hold the rail.
Everything mad dizzy and shit. Oh, I can't see the words, but it don't matter, nigga.
Yo. Yo.
Fucking crying.
Shout out
Yo,
Reed.
that's funny as hell. I used to deadass make top ramen when I was about to read a manga.
Wait, he said,
I would deadass make some top ramen. Sit down, put an egg in that
This
bitch.
nigga said helps me
And
feel
this-
more in
and
tune with the
that's-
culture. You the type of
that's
nigga.
Yo.
crazy.
I knew it. I was just about to say that.
Get the
You the type of nigga to go to the Chinese store just to get fucking chopsticks.
Yo, I just want the
nigga.
chopsticks, fam.
Yeah.
And a fortune cookie.
Let me get a Arizona.
Yo.
Get the chopsticks.
And a fortune cookie.
Facts, and then them niggas started charging 25 cents. And eventually them niggas started charging 25 cents. I was like, damn, they got me.
Wild.
I'm sorry, don't watch this shit.
Gary,
Do that shit again.
Yeah, Gary, let's wrap us up on
Use
the
your
final
imagination.
Oh. Yeah. Oh shit! I completely forgot.
Yeah, I forgot we were there too. I just happened to look at the at the agenda.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think I'm on a similar tip with Sheck. Like I don't know. Like I don't think I haven't found it yet.
Okay.
Like I feel like I found balance in summer internships, like the work-life balance. Like I'm cool with, but school, the fact that like the work kind of follows you home.
Facts.
Like that part that shit has made it like really, and you eat, live, and breathe this shit. Like consequence in class feels like the end of the world because this is your world. Like college is your world. But I think something that helped me was like figuring out that there's like different ways to show up. Like I feel like for myself, like Sheck was saying, bro, like I was like, if I'm a part of that community, like I'm joining the club. CSA, BSU, like I was trying to be there, like I was trying to do as much as possible, like because like Sheck said, like I was like, yo, like if you're not doing shit, then why the fuck are you here? Like what's the point of pulling up, like if you're not gonna lower the ladder? Like there's no reason. But I think like my academic low was what helped me like get to the point where I could like try to find balance, or at least like try to attempt to, because like I don't know, like I found myself showing up for black people in the classroom, in the research I was doing, you know what I'm saying, like the conversation I was trying to bring up during class, adding nuance to shit that like people just don't know about, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I started to show up. Like, and the niggas that know me know that like I ride hard for Afro-Latino folk. Like I didn't have to be in the BSU to have conversations with niggas that were going about saying some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was like also really important for me to just realize like you know what I'm saying? Like there's multiple different lanes to accomplish this task. And like at the end of the day, my nigga, like you at college to learn, my nigga. Like you trying to get these grades, bro. Like that's what you gotta focus on. Be a little selfish. Yeah. But I will say for you niggas that are trying to join clubs, bro, try to join a club that like join like the BSU, the ones like you're the ones you're like affinity groups and all that shit. But join some shit that you just like. I wish I would have done some film shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that.
Acapella.
Yeah, you can sing, man. He go sing it acapella.
Gary gotta go voice.
Sing it acapella. Make it rain, need an umbrella. Yeah, I'm a good fella. But you know I got the weather.
Straight. Straight bunnies, Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hef. You already know. Yeah, I'm fly like Jeff, huh? You already know that I'm about to get the neck, huh? You already know that I'm about to get the check, huh? Blue check on the gram. Oh my, gosh damn. I'm that fresh motherfucker. Oh man, I'm the illest, the realest. You know this. And when I'm spitting, you know I'm the coldest. I'm like shit. Fresh, huh? Makes no sense. That is clowns.
Nah, nigga, you are.
You know what's that confusing me, bro?
Okay.
The English language really confuses the shit. At least the way that we use it, right?
What you mean?
I texted some shorty yesterday. She got a dog. I texted her. I was like, yo, this dog cute as shit. And I really sat there and thought about it. Cute as shit. Or be like, yo, this dog is cute as hell. That don't make sense. But it makes sense.
But it makes sense in the English language.
No, how did we even get there?
It makes so much sense.
That's just slang.
How did we even get there? Bro, I was really like, I was dead thinking about this, bro.
Like, oh, this nice as hell.
Bro,
it's nice
as hell. Hell's not nice. It's rather warm. Not that I know. I don't want to know.
Jesus Christ.
Y'all seen that TikTok when they going on the elevator to heaven? They get there, oh, this is nice as hell.
Nigga slams into the ground.
Yo.
That's hilarious.
That's funny as hell.
But you know what time is it? Yes, sir.
Yo.
This free game?
Y'all know what time is it?
Let's start this shit. Hey, and we back. We back like heart attack with the free game. Like that beat. Whoa, pull it, let it go. Hey, back on the free game. Back on the free game. Back on the free game. Hey, back on the free game. Hey, back on the free game. Hey, back on the free game. Back on the free game. Back on the free game. We got free game. Free game. We got free game. Free game. We got free game. Free game. Hey, 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 hey. Back on the free game. Hey, back on the free game. Beat game. Me man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness.
Sir.
Oh, yeah. 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 You got a lot of mic. You got a lot of mic. Yeah. Oh, hey. Going in on the pad. Yeah. Pull up to the spot. Yeah. Look, she really bad. Yeah. Look, she really mad. Yeah. Oh, and he making beats.
Yeah, guys, we back with the free game. Welcome to the CCP end of the episode, and we back. Yes, sir. Indeed.
Comeup Collective.
I hope y'all appreciate the energy that we bring into this moment, into this segment of the episode. Cause we've been here for what, an hour plus?
Yeah.
But we here with the energy and the advice and the game and all that. Can I get a yes sir?
Yes, sir.
Can I get a yes sir? Yes, sirski. Yes, sirski. Yes, sir. And for this, I wanna pass it to Mamadou. Mamadou, can you introduce us to the free game segment for today?
So to this free game, we're gonna do something special. We're gonna get a little fan mail, a little message we got from a fan, and that's gonna tell us what we're gonna be talking about during this free game. So this one is from Habibatu.
Can we get some drops on that? Big shout out. We love
real
that.
one.
We love that engagement.
A real one. She's a real one, ladies and gentlemen. That's a real one right there.
Yeah, that's a real one.
That's a real one right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Out.
Habibatu, I fuck with you. Who influenced you is the question. Who influenced you? What motivated you? I know the whole I'm a minority from the hood, but like, what really motivated you to become successful? Was it a person? Just maybe share a story where you realized staying in the hood wasn't a choice. So let me know if y'all need that one more time, but that's the free game.
I can start off. Oh, bet. Say less.
Shit, I can start.
Say less.
I think I've had so many tiers to say to this. Like, I feel like so many like levels of answers. I feel like the first direct one, I was just gonna be like material things. To be honest, I think I hated not having video games at some points in my life. I hated like having to like be poor. I just hated that so much that some part of me was like, I cannot do this. Like, I don't know. Like, I just remember just being so bothered. I remember like just the shame of like being on food stamps, all of that just like eating into me to the point where I was like, hey, listen, this cannot happen. Like, this is like a limited situation. Like this isn't gonna stay. So that's like kind of the direct answer, high level. My mom's a G. Like, my mom like used to sell shit in the street of Harlem, and she always take care of the Fulani community. Like, she used all her money to save up land and buy shit, buy land back home in Kenya or whatever. Like, she just grinds, she hustles. So like on like a high level motivation, I feel like I have like this baton to pass on of like my mom immigrating here, with quote unquote like the nothing narrative. And she immigrated nothing, and she's built some shit for herself, and I'm just grabbing that baton and I'm moving as far as I can. So that's like kind of the high level. But yeah, I think it's mostly just poverty, bro. Like, I hated my Obama phone. Even I loved the Obama phone. It came clutch.
Oh, that was
I hated
the
having to
worst,
cover
man.
it.
You hiding it. You
if you don't know what
texting
Obama
inside
phone
your
was, it was
backpack.
a track phone.
So people don't see it.
3 letters. You get good though. When you get good, you get good.
Nah, for the T.
So that's facts. So I think deep down it was a shame. But I think ultimately that's what motivated me.
I like the fact that you talked about
you?
the tiers, because I think there's many answers to this. I think there's a lot of things that will eventually convince you. But the one I'm gonna go with was, I really had a vivid imagination when I was young. Like, not only like, you know, being able to like imagine like playthings and being like, oh, like this would be a dope little assassin. I'm gonna imagine myself as a Power Ranger type shit. But I think I also had the same type of imagination when it came to my future. Being like, oh, like when I get 30, I want, you know, big house, white Lamborghini, boom, like wild shit, you know, like I'll just imagine this shit. And that stuff, the one route to it was, how can I make more money, right? And you had 2 routes. You could either be a rapper or you could start a business. I don't think I saw the business part. I think I mainly saw the rapper part. Oh, you could be a big
Baller.
drug dealer. Oh yeah, and be an athlete.
That's what I thought. I thought that was a euphemism for drug dealing, the business.
I guess
That's
that's
what you're
probably what I
implying with the
thought.
business,
To be
yeah.
honest, that's probably what I thought. This probably was one of my things. I think it also came. Another thing that motivated me that I had to go a different route was seeing like drug dealers that I know go to jail, and I was like, I don't think that's the route for me. But I knew that I could either be a rapper or a ball player, and I wasn't a rapper, nor was I a ball player. Or at least didn't plan on being one. So eventually end up finding software engineering and being like, ooh, that's a good way to 6 figures type of thing. But that came, junior year of high school where I like actually saw that as a route that I pursued. And that eventually led me to here. But like way before, it was that just imagination being like, oh, dang, like that's how I imagine my future and how can I get there type of thing. And I even be telling like young kids I be talking to, like the only thing you limited by is your imagination, essentially. Yeah.
That's my fault. There's only one thing I would disagree with you on, and that was that you said you weren't a rapper. I disagree. You know you have bars.
I did have
Nigga,
bars.
this nigga has
I was a
bars.
writer.
This nigga has bars.
I was a writer.
He
dropping
got bars,
stuff on the
folks.
fence
He
stuff.
still
I
has
did.
these bars.
We was in the C-Boys. Shout out to the C-Boys. Hold on, let me tell you. Shout out to the C-Boys. My boy Amon, Mikey, and Donu. We the C-Boys. Ay, we don't play with toys. Ay, I want to make some noise. Ay.
You heard it? We the C-Boys.
We had another one. We was in the studio with it. We was we ballin'.
don't play
One
with
step, 2 step, jab step, then pull. I'ma shut your lights out when the court is full. Oh, shout out to the C-Boys, Cincinnati boys.
C-Boy. Oh,
All right.
okay.
Okay.
C-Boys.
Don't bring that Cincinnati hate over here.
It's not hate, it's loathing. Nah, let me chill.
What y'all niggas got, man?
Chili,
Chili, bench chili. No, that's DC.
Chili, and we got graders. Yeah, you don't know about graders. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Thank God.
But the Cincinnati people know what I'm talking about. We got the Grippos.
Y'all got
Grippos
the
go
chips,
crazy.
them
Yeah,
Grippos.
Grippos go crazy.
Grippos go
Oh,
crazy.
fuck with the
I ate
Grippos.
Grippos for a whole year because of this man. And Mamadou just had a whole stack of them.
Yo.
It's delicious. All right, sorry, I don't want to take away from your free game that you're giving out.
Oh no! I was just saying you a rapper.
But I was a rapper.
I'll say for me, my main one was my mom's. Just to sum it up real quick, we was born in Liberia. I was born in Liberia. My mom was born here before me. I'm the first generation of my family to like leave Liberia. Mom's left because of the Civil War. Liberia was going through a civil war, and the stuff she was telling me she had to endure was crazy. After school, having to run home, getting chased by like guerrilla war soldiers and stuff like that. And my mom's fairer skin, so these niggas trying to put her in camps and shit like that, and forcefully like abuse or like try to marry her and shit like that. And just seeing the fight that her and my grandma had throughout that time, but specifically my mom's, the way she was really working. You feel me? And then when me and my sister came into this life, she was like, yeah, I ain't trying to let my kids go through this. So she worked hard, made sure to get up out of there, came to America, came for a better life. Like, that's really what I'm pushing for. Seeing the way she's done amazing things, like, that's the ideal woman to me, you feel me? Like, in the terms of, like, the selflessness she has, the way, she just gave up everything for her family, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, definitely, my main, what motivates me is in my mind, I'm like, I'm repaying you. It's coming soon. This bag is coming soon. This house is coming soon. This whip is coming soon. You like to travel? Say less. Like you
Plane tickets on the way.
You feel me? Like, like, come on, son. It's all coming soon. Like, damn. So yeah, that's really it. What about you, G?
Damn, no, yeah, similar narratives. Yeah, my mom is like first level, definitely my mom's like, even thinking like she also immigrated to the U.S. and all this stuff. And she been on her own since she was like 15. Like she was like, yeah, mom fucking sold her, and dad ended up passing away when she was like 15, taking care of 2 brothers, both having learning disabilities, having to get in fights to like defend them, and like all of her other siblings that like honestly didn't even know that they were siblings. Like it's just like the amount of stories that I've heard, you know what I'm saying, alone is like enough to like for me to be like, fuck nigga, like all you doing right now is sitting down on the fucking computer and writing a paper. Like shorty fucking went to a completely different country not knowing the system at all and managed to like, just figure it out. I think the other piece, like adding to like the whole like tears narrative, think I'll just address like 2 more. One was like pride. My mom just really like, she was all about that shit. She was the first thing she always said, like, nosotros somos malos pobres. We are horrible poor people. Horrible poor people. We are going to she was like, hey, my nigga, I'm gonna be real with you. We can't afford this shit right now, but we living above the means right now because life's too short. Like, that was literally like her whole thing. And she was like, I don't care. Like, and then like the same shit, like, you going to school, you looking nice, no one needs to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going over somebody else's house, like, no one needs to feel like they need to help you. Like, that's not how that shit. Like, that's not how we rock. And I feel like that was like a lot of motivation, especially in school, where I was just like, I don't need, and to this day, like, I have a hard time asking people for help because my mom was like, nah, we doing this shit. Like, that's just what we do.
Yeah.
Facts.
And then the other piece I think was, there's this kid in my high school. His name's Robert Soto, real ass nigga. It's like white Cuban dude, just super humble. Went to my high school. Dude, like, came from nothing, just like same type vibe. And then dude, I remember like, I think I took one class with him. It was senior year, and like, he was the only nigga that like ever really made it out. Like, people would like stay in state and stuff like that, and like, I don't even know, like, would start off high school with like super high ass like ambitions and shit, and then slowly but surely like realism, or I guess cynicism, starts to like lower it. This nigga was like, nah, nigga, I'm going to MIT. I don't give a fuck. It's since like and then that nigga like set the tone for me. Like, freshman year when this dude got into the school, I was like, all right, that nigga did it. Like, I'm about to model my entire shit after him. Like, down to the ACT score. Like, I was like, I'm going to, like, I will be this nigga. I will get the fuck out of here. And to this day, like, I don't think he like fully understands. Like, I talked to him. He lives in SF now. He's doing like biocomp shit in the Bay, living swell. And like, to this day, I don't think he fully understands like the extent to which like that nigga really was an example.
I'll send this shit to him.
Yeah. Shout out Rob.
Soto.
Robert Soto.
On his solo.
I love that a lot, man. Don't.
So, any last thoughts? Shout out to the person who sent that in.
Habiba. Appreciate you, man.
Real ass.
Go way back. I fuck with Habiba, man.
Alright, well, we appreciate it. And for other people listening, feel free to send us in if you want a topic that we just send in. And it doesn't necessarily have to be free game, but it could be something that just we could talk about.
Indeed.
Than a regular podcast.
Facts. Comment it on the YouTube.
We read that shit, bro.
We read all that.
Facts.
Correction, Makai and Shek read all that shit, bro.
we read all of it.
And this is also, when we release this, it'll be, I think, like 3 more days to submit for the scholarship.
Yeah.
So for the high schoolers out there, apply if you haven't yet. And thank you to the people who already applied. Shout out. But we're excited to eventually read through those applications and accept the winners.
Facts.
Absolutely.
For the first and last time listeners, send us to your friend, man. Send us to a friend. Leave us a review on Spotify or YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate all the love.
All right. Yeah, ready for this outro track. This that Magnetic by Colin.
Yep, shout out Colin.
Yes, sir.
Every time I try to run, you pull me more and more. Every time I go out searching, I find love and war. I don't know if we should keep on going on and on, but I'm feeling you tonight. Let's go till we get it right. It's so hard to stay complacent. Every time I let temptations get to me, these sensations pull on me, but nothing changes. It's like a magnetic attraction, I just keep on coming. Love can be toxic, and love can be exhausting. I know I said some things I never meant to say. I can't explain, but you come right back to me anyway. Hypnotizing my attraction to you, I come right back to you when I'm in the mood. I know you feel it too. Lie to me and say it's mutual. You're not good for me, but I'm good to you. pulling, push and pull. When fighting, arguing is all we do. I got Cupid shooting, but you bulletproof. I can't get through to you. Every time I try to run, you pull me more and more. Every time I go out searching, I find love and war. I don't know if we should keep on going on and on, but I'm feeling you tonight. Let's go till we get it right. It's so hard to stay complacent. Every time I let temptations get to me, these sensations pull on me, but nothing changes. It's like a magnetic attraction. I just keep on coming back to you. Back to you. Keep on coming back to you. Back to you. I just keep on. I said it ain't gon' be like last time. No, it ain't the last time. No, it ain't the first time. But baby, we gon' work some. Ain't gon' be like last time. No, it ain't the last time. No, it ain't the first time. But baby, we gon' work some. You got a hold on me. You got a hold on me. So please don't let go of me. Don't let go of me. Every time I try to run, you pull me more and more. Every time I go out searching, I find love and war. I don't know if we should keep on going on and on, but I'm feeling you tonight. Let's go till we get it right. It's so hard to stay complacent. Every time I let temptations get to me, these sensations pull on me, but nothing changes. It's like a magnetic attraction. I just keep on coming back to you. Back to you. Keep on coming back to you. Back to you. And I just keep on coming back to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send that to my ex.
Jesus Christ. Also, production went stupid on that shit.
Yeah.